Hey folks, welcome to Watson's Wagons. So today we're still working on the M37, but I'm at a point now where I have to make a decision to try to restore the rubber spring bumpers, axle bumpers, whatever you want to call them. These things mount underneath the frame, and they're painted. They're kind of crusty and old. We got one here that's in a really, funky shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean them the best that we can, and then we're going to test out a process to remove the paint off of that rubber and get the rubber exposed, because I just think that the black rubber looks so much nicer hanging under there than being painted, right? Because you can see, over the years the paint cracks, and I just don't see any evidence of these freaking axles coming up here and hitting these bumpers, at least during the, whoever had the freaking truck. So we're going to clean them up. We're going to try to recycle them instead of trying to find new ones, because they're not easy to find. I'm going to use a combination of a scraper. We're going to use a roll-lock disc. That's right, just trust me. And probably a little sandpaper, okay? This is 120 grit. So let's get to it, and let's see how they turn out. All right. Okay, we got us some funk here. A little dirt edge. Let's get this junk scraped off. Expose the paint underneath it. In fact, what I might do is go inside, run this into the water, put some dish soap on it, and degrease it. And we'll get most of it off out here. All right, we got the hot water going in Mama's kitchen. Not ideal, but little dish detergent. I'm just going to clean the funk off of it. Here's the old workstation. All right. Got this chair for like a couple of bucks. Nice vintage military chair. Grinding wheel, some roll-locks, pieces, parts, air hose. I always like to keep a handy bag of roll-lock discs and whatnot. All right, let's get something aggressive. We're gonna save this blue one for the rubber surface. We'll put this nice aggressive one on there. Make short work of it. That's not too shabby. Okay, let's switch to a little bit finer pad. And here's where you got to be light-handed. So I'm leery about putting chemicals on the rubber, because I'm afraid I'm going to soften the rubber up, and I don't want to do that. Now we might get a little softening with this. Just be light-handed with it. That, my friends, doesn't look too bad. All right, get a little acetone on there and see if we can get some of the small stuff off. That looks pretty damn good. All right, let's get some self-etching primer on that metal. So I'm just masking off the rubber that I just cleaned off, and it retained its shape very well. Again, light-handed with the Roloc. It spins fast, but be like a feather if you can. So, all right, we're gonna mask this off and get the metal primed, and let's see how it goes. All right, so we got the unit cleaned. It looks like freaking brand new, man. You know what I mean? I know they weren't this nice when they came out of the factory or whatever, because the GIs would just paint over, but I like my rubber to show. All right, this stuff is it's still pliable, which kind of shocks me. But it goes here, and this is part of the assembly. And if you want to look at Dodge Rehab, that's the YouTube page that Andrew Lang has. He goes into a little bit of detail on how this assembly goes together, including this. So I'm just going to slide this on and just loosely fit it and show you the other ones here for the back. I mean, check these out. This is how the back ones turned out, the pucks. So the blue Roloc disc it wasn't so aggressive on the rubber that it, you know, tore up anything. I mean, you can still see the markings on there, okay? And of course we got some, you know, self-etching primer on there, rattle can paint. But let's go ahead and just set this on there loosely and see how she looks. She might look kind of purty, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but check out that Dodge Rehab page on YouTube. Andrew does some good work. And he's also working on an M37. And so, let this be encouragement to get out there and work on your M37s and whatnot. All right, we're gonna set this on there loosely. This fits over each flange, just like that. When I first got this thing, this was all just filled with funk and rust and nastiness. All right, that's loose fitting. And then we got us, we're gonna use the original bolts. Okay, they were quite pretty funky, but we are replacing the lock washers. So, all right then, I can't remember if the bolt went up through the bottom or from the inside down, but let's, just for grins and giggles, I'm gonna push it up through, because I like a clean exterior, you know what I'm saying? All right, so these are loosely fitted, and it looks mother beautiful. I don't care who you are. Why am I fitting everything loose? Because to be honest with you, I'm using a rattle can right now for all the small stuff, and I just want all these parts to kind of Let the air move around them. All right? But check that out, man. That looks freaking brand new. It didn't look that good coming out of the factory, you know what I'm saying? Let me turn this camera around. All right. I typically don't like cleaning parts and painting them, but these were actually kind of fun. I don't know if it's just because they turned out so nice, but that's them. And you can see I still have to paint the underbelly. Now, when all this stuff dries, I get a good solid week or whatever on this, loose parts. I'll go ahead and torque everything down. We'll mask this off again. I wanted to unmask it so you could see it. But we'll treat the bolt heads, and then this entire chassis will get a second coat, okay? Here's how we look on this side of the mount. Alrighty. Beautiful. So that's that. We were able to save the pucks. I'm going to call them pucks. But they're, depending on how you look them up, they're either listed as a spring bumper or an axle bumper or whatever. Now you have a couple more that are actually sitting on, I believe it's the front axle. There's some funky looking rubber bumpers on there. And you guys ever remember the old, I forget what year that GTO was, but it had a rubber baby buggy bumper. And you had to say it really fast. I still remember that. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps some of you guys save your old bumpers. All right, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you don't mind. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some likes, some comments. Yeah. See ya.